Hi everyone, this is a follow-up video on the Paytm video which I did a few months back, and in this video we will not only discuss Paytm again, but we will also discuss the other new age tech companies and businesses which are there, including Cartrade, Zomato, Policybazaar, Nykaa, and so first let's come to Paytm. The basic question which I now have is Paytm a mature business now? If you look at the revenues, about trailing 12-month revenues of 4,600 odd crores, then yes, it's very much a mature business. But has it really figured out its own business model? With losses of 2,600 crores, which is more than 50% of its revenues, doesn't look like. Is any sort of clarity on business model visible from the management commentary, from whatever we can see on the ground, and from my own experience? No, not really. If they can't figure out a way to profitability at 4,500 crore turnover, I don't know when will they be able to figure it out. Same is the case with a Policybazaar and a Zomato also. Policybazaar, with about 2,000 crore of trailing 12-month revenue, has lost almost 40% of its turnover. That is 900 crores on a 1986 2000 crore top line. Zomato has fared slightly better. On a turnover of 4,200 crores, it has lost 519 crores. But it makes me think, now all these businesses grew on the back of literally free money from VCs, investors, private equity funds, SoftBank, and they all scaled up rapidly. They are probably the largest in their own segments today, or very close to being the largest. But businesses is never about revenues and revenues only. Yes, scaling up is important, but what people often forget in this race to the top is that profitable scaling up is the key. So as far as these businesses go, Paytm, Policybazaar, Zomato, I still don't know whether they've got their basics right, and I would stay away from them. Let's look at two more businesses, Cartrade and Nykaa. Cartrade, honestly, with a trailing 12-month revenue of 360 crore, is a very small business, and it's making its own profits of 2-3 crores a year. Coming to Nykaa, what exactly is Nykaa? Irrespective of what the management wants to say, it's essentially a cosmetics company which is trying to become a little more than a cosmetic company now by entering into adjacent verticals like fashion and so on and so forth. It makes a few of its own cosmetics. Essentially, it is a reseller of cosmetics. It's not a tech business, it's a cosmetic business who is predominantly selling through online channels. Now, when I talk about Nykaa as such, still its trailing 12-month revenue was 4,500 crore, almost twice that of Gillette India. Just to give you a perspective, it was making a operating profit margin of 5%, versus a 23% for Gillette. So Gillette is half the size, but 4.5 times as profitable as Nykaa is. Gillette is at a PE of 54, Nykaa is at a PE of 789. So is Nykaa a mature business? Yes, 4,500 crore trailing 12-month revenues do suggest it's a mature business. Will Nykaa really scale up to become a 40,000 crore business, 10 times its size? I don't think so. Simply to give you the perspective, Hindustan Unilever, which sells everything under the sun and is probably the largest FMCG company in the country today, has a trailing 12-month revenue of 59,000 crores, which is roughly 15 times as much as Nykaa has. Will Nykaa grow 15 times only in one vertical? Certainly not. Will it grow to become a 10,000, 12,000 crore company? Yes, that's possible. That's very much in the realm of possibility. Will it grow 10 times from where it is today? I don't think so. So that's where I am on Nykaa. Overpriced? Yes. Is it a tech business? No. Is it a new age business? No. So does it deserve a crazy astronomical PE? Certainly not. Will it grow to that extent to justify its PE? Certainly not. Even if it improves its margins, operating profit margins, an HUL is roughly at 25%. Let's assume Nykaa improves it to 25%. Even then, its PE will be 150 plus, which certainly it does not justify. So will Nykaa fall further from right now, from where it is today? Yes, it will. I believe it will fall at least 50 to 60% more from where it is today. A Paytm, a Policybazaar, a Zomato, I will not even think about investing in, simply because they haven't figured out their business plans yet. A Cartrade is okay, a small company. Will it scale up? I don't know. So I have no opinions on that. So what will you as a common man, investor, take away from this? First, whether it's an old business or a new age tech business, they have to figure out their profitability and their business models. If that is not figured out, no matter how much will you grow and no matter how many new initiatives you take, you won't really make any money. And you should not even look at such businesses. Second, when is a business a mature business? I personally believe any business which is more than 1,000 crore turnover is a fairly mature business and should have figured out their own profitability matrix and business plan by that time. So a Paytm, a Zomato, Policybazaar, Nykaa are all very, very mature businesses and need to be treated as such. Third, how much trust can you place on the management is of prime importance. We have seen ample number of reports in the public domain wherein all these so-called new age companies have cooked their books, whether it's Byju's, whether it's Go Mechanic, or even for that matter, I'm not very sure about how is the investments in IP section of a Zomato, a Policybazaar, a Paytm work, because those are essentially expenses which have not been provided for. The profitability, if the profitability is not figured out, the management is not worth trusting. It's as simple as that. So with that, I would like to close by saying, any business where you want to invest or you want to even start yourself, you have to figure out the profitability, and any investment, when you do that investment, don't leave your common sense at home. If anything is too complicated to understand, it's best avoid it. Thank you so much. See you next time.